Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mechlab Gaming, and we are playing, well, we're going to play some Mechwarrior 5. We're going to start a new series today, which we are going to call Look Ma No Hands. We'll get more into that later, but let's talk about the mods that we're going to run in this episode first. So you can see right here, this is I've got the load order manager up and running, and we'll start from the bottom. It keeps reorganizing stuff on me, but it should still work this way. Yeti's animation removal. This should get rid of the jump ship animation. I edit it out of the videos usually for you guys, but I still have to sit through it, so make life a little easier for me. This is a lore map. This is a full lore accurate map of the galaxy. We'll see how it works. I've thought I had it running in one other save, and then ended up it wasn't, and I never went back and added it. So we'll give it a go. You can see it was kind of part of the Merc-Tech thing. There you go. Merc-Tech, Pirate Tech, and Von Cyten. So we'll see how it works, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Larger Markets 3, I just want more stuff for sale. I like building stuff, and we're going to play with a heavy focus on taking cash instead of salvage. And I just would like more freedom as we build the mechs as we go. So that's what I'm thinking there. Community asset bundle we need, mech bundle we need, mech compatibility pack we need, mini-map topography that just turns your mini-map into a topo map, essentially the battle map. It kind of makes it a little more difficult to read, so I don't know. It looks cool though. Stacked crates, so this is one that adjusts the loot that you get in the crates. We'll play with the settings for that when we get into the game. Quad mechs, I don't plan on using any. But I think they'll be fun to go up against and to see stomping around on the battlefield. So they are there. And if you haven't seen them yet, I did do a mod review on it. So, you can find that on the channel. Purchase salvage. If we end up like 2 salvage short of something that we really want, we can spend a little bit of money and purchase that salvage from our employer. Again, I'm going to do a much heavier focus on cash rather than salvage. So odds are that's not going to come up, but it's in there. Better lighting. They kind of nerfed the look a little bit, the lighting, and when they released it for consoles, so it would run on the consoles better. So this kind of replaces that and brings that back to where it looked better before. I think so anyway. Mech delivery. This allows us to buy mechs, on Amazon Prime and have them shipped to the planet we're on, rather than being completely reliant on what's there, just to save me the time of having to go from planet to planet to planet to planet to planet to planet, waiting and waiting and waiting and hoping I'm going to find the mech that's useful for me. This is much better, right? We send out, we call all our peeps, our buddies, the planets we've been on, the other people we've served with, said, hey, anybody know where a locust is, right? And use the phone company and get it there. Better lighting bridge. This is similar to better lighting, just for within the ship itself. Expanded logos mercs, just to get us some more logos. You'll see the one I've picked. Logos menu actually makes it a little bit easier to flip through that. It gives you some additional buttons so you can jump ahead 50 or whatever. It just works the one time you're picking your logos. We wouldn't need it anymore, but it's still there. Drop fees. We can go over tonnage if we want, but we have to pay extra to do so. Essentially. Cockpit glass. I think that says what it is on the tin. Not a huge fan of things that cut down my visibility, especially because mech pilots aren't looking through the glass, or at least not solely through the glass. They're using, either, depending on how you want to translate the books, full VR headsets or augmented reality headsets. Either way, I never really understood why they have glass in the cockpit anyway, based on how they with their mech helmets and stuff. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. One of the confusions of battletech. MWO mech pack looks really cool, but it is not YAML compatible yet, and so we're going to leave it off for the moment. Speaking of YAML, yet another weapon, yet another Mechlab. I suppose this should probably go up one. Lore-based mech variants for YAML, just to get us some additional mechs. Camo dropship. This just paints the dropship camouflage. That's it. We are going to run Von Biomes. We're going to need to probably put a higher emphasis on jump jets. I'm still not sure how much I like it. Like, I love the look. Don't get me wrong. The look of the biomes is amazing. I'm not so sure. Some of the biomes really require jump jets to get around. And clearly we can do that by just putting jump jets on stuff. But I don't want to have to deal with say, a tank that spawns at the bottom of that cliff and can no longer come up, and it's supposed to be a war zone, and we don't know where he is, and he never comes up there. I don't want to have to like hunt the entire map to find that one tank that got stuck somewhere where he couldn't climb up from, right? That type of thing. So we'll see. It is what it is. This is just a quality of life. This is the mouse over mod, pilot overhaul. We're going to go back to Weapon X's 330. No artillery shaking just because it annoys me. Missions for YAML. This takes the actual campaign missions and adjusts the mechs and the reward mechs and the stuff that's in them with YAML mechs. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, just to kind of change things up a little bit. Coyote's missions, kind of a must-have, I think, for most people at this point. It's amazing. It gives you some additional mission types. It's very, very good. We haven't played with it in a while, so we'll throw that in. Quality of life upgrades, mod options. This is so we can get in to actually adjust some of these mod options within the menu. Tabletop rules Lance orders in AI mod 2. And we're going to run Xenopacks optimized on the top to just try to keep things together. Now, I'm not running the art optimized, the art one, because I'm not sure what assets other things are using, including Von Biomes, and I don't want to mess with any of that. So I've got that turned off, and because we're running tabletop AI, I'm not running Xeno AI, although I like both. And I think that's that. So we'll go ahead and jump in the game, and we'll see if any of it works. All right, we are in game. We're sitting here in our office, and let's go ahead and talk about the settings. So let's start with our YAML game settings. So I'm gonna leave normal full salvage on. I'm not gonna do partial salvage. I do like it, generally speaking, but salvage isn't gonna be a big part of this particular playthrough. It's just gonna be one of our self-imposed rules, I guess, right? However, we are going to play with this a little bit. So when a mech gets cored, it doesn't get salvaged, right? That's the entire point. When it gets headshot, it's 100% salvaged. And when it's legged, I'm going to go for 80. I think it's actually higher in tabletop, but I don't remember for sure. Generally speaking, legging a mech gets you the mech, right? Just without its legs. That's kind of the idea. So we'll put it like that. So that means we're going to be running mech salvage version 1, right? Because version 2 is with the extra thing. So mech salvage assembly cost multiplier per part scales the cost to assemble. Setting changes. I think I'll leave that. I'm not really sure. We're not assembling mechs because we're not getting portions of it. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Allow complete mech salvage. Yes, that's what we want. There we go. If true, mech salvaged in salvage version 1 system based on the chances below. Isn't that what I just set? Oh, this is the salvage the stuff off of it. Percent chance to destroy salvage mechs without a specific condition. Okay. Amount of mech salvage items on otherwise unsalvageable mech types based on weight. Zero's few, 5 lots. Let's go ahead and set that to 2, right? Because realistically, we're saying, about the only stuff we're not getting really is the stuff that's cored. So that's fine. Mech salvage assembly scaling. Yeah, we'll leave that alone because we're not dealing with it. We're not doing that. Weapon count needed for upgrade. Okay, so this is for the crafting thing. I don't know how much we'll play with it. We'll just leave it as a default. Mech and pilot upkeep we'll leave. Pay upkeep we'll leave that. Div roster, equipment installation. I think we're going to leave most disable mech market. No mechs will spawn on the market. Maybe we'll do that one later. Maybe we'll do that as the opposite of what we're doing now. But for now, no. Market mech multiple. Now I am running a market, larger markets already. I do need to, because of this, I'd forgot this was built into it. Multiplies the number of weapons spawned on markets. I guess we could maybe just do it in this. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna use the other market one to do this, and we'll just make sure it's loaded afterwards. I might have to go back in and readjust that load order, but I think that's how I'm gonna do that. But I'd forgotten that was in there. But let's just leave the other one as it is. Filter market by rarity, no engine heat capacity. Keep loadout in cold storage. I want that. Set all dates. Set all units intro. No, we're fine that they come in when they come in. So let's go ahead and apply that. So that is going to be our YAML settings. So now let's come in here to our mod options. So we'll start with stacked crate. Mech loot chance. I'm actually going to double that. I'm going to go to 2 because I'm a crazy man. I'm going to leave rare loot 1. I'm going to leave equipment loot 30. C-bill multiplier, we're not going to mess with that. I'm going to enable objective raid mission loot and treasure. We're not going to replace the resupply. So some of these you get a little bit of armor and ammo out of them. We'll just leave them as they are. This is going to show the detected maps, crates on the map. Customize loot crate indicators, yes. Actually visible indicators, that will be nice. Indicator scale, the size of the loot crate. No, I think that's fine. However, I have adjusted the distance. And there, it's essentially going to be this whitish color for random stuff, yellow if it's a cantina mission, and blue if it's something we need to find. Turn random loot indicators on. Oh, you can turn all of them on at the beginning so you can find them early. Now we'll leave that, and we'll leave that too. That's fine. Apply. Yeah. Purchase salvage. I'm just going to leave this exactly as it is. Again, if I want to purchase additional salvage after a mission, we can do that. Probably not going to use it much, but it is there. Mech delivery. I'm going to leave these as the base. There are date restrictions. I'm going to leave off the Merc rep restrictions because I don't think anybody gives a crap. They're like, oh, you haven't done enough missions. I'm not going to take your money. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Allow duplicate heroes. No, we don't want. If we already have a hero, we're not looking for a duplicate. I am fine with that. And we've got some markups here if we're ordering it online, right? You got to pay a little extra, and that's fine. Drop fees. This is if we go over tonnage for drop. I'm going to leave it just as it is. I think it's fine. Yet another Mechlab. Bullet time. We got to figure bullet time. So you're running at 20% when you're in bullet time. We don't. That's the bullet time. Super speed. We will leave it on. I'm going to leave all the rest of the cheats off. Unrestricted jump jets. We're going to leave this on partly because we're running Vaughn's Biomes. And we're going to have some additional restriction to our mechs, which is going to make things a little more interesting. So I want to be able to put jump jets and stuff so we can get around. I do want the rescale cool shots. We'll leave those on. That's kind of a MWO thing. Mechwarrior Online. So cool shots and UAVs are part of that. Law-abiding citizen. Yeah, we'll hide all the non-lore stuff. I'm good with that. Garbage collection retrieval. Okay. Inverse kinematics. Mechlab fillers. Okay. Fillers on bottom. If true fixed filler slots like the engine are always positioned on the bottom of the... I don't really care. Special slots. Show variant in salvage assembly. If true, randomly rolled variant in salvage assembly... Oh, no, that's fine. We're not assembling them. Or not planning on it. Yeah, I think that's all fine. And yet another weapon. I'm going to leave all of this for the moment. Destroy missiles at max range. Will self-destruct when reaching max range. If no, they fall down on a ballistic arc. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Because it's not that the warhead stops being useful. It's that the engine, the rocket motor, or whatever it has, runs out of fuel, right? So yeah, I think we just leave that there. Disable cooldown. I will leave that. Here's the rest of what we're doing. Ballistic damage fallout. Between optimal and magic and maximum range, the maximum range is longer than... AI will shoot them further. In vanilla, ballistics have the same max range as optimal, so AI does not shoot too far and no damage. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave that where it is. You can arc stuff up and hit stuff, but it'll do less damage. I'm good with that. So I think that's all of that. So those are our settings as they are. The next self-imposed restriction is that as soon as we can, we are not going to run mechs with hands. We are handsists. We do not believe that a proper mech has hands, and as such, we will do our best to not run mechs with hands. Now, obviously, we're going to start with 2 mechs with hands, a Centurion and a Javelin. As soon as it's feasible, we will sell those, and we will buy mechs without hands. That's our goal. That is our creed. That is our motto. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the initial first few missions because you don't care. We've seen them before. And And once we have our second pilot and are kind of free to the world, I will be back and we'll start playing. So thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time with some more Look Ma, No Hands, Mechwarrior 5. Cheers.